everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna, and today we are going to be closing out our budget for the month of July. So for our debt, our only debt currently is our truck, and we finished July with a balance of $27,003. So we were so close to getting it under 27,000, but that's okay. So $89 went towards interest this month, and for the year to date we have paid $652 towards interest. So we did not apply any extra debt payments towards the truck, but that is hopefully going to change in this next quarter. Going into the year, we are going to try to put about $500 extra towards our debt, and so that way we can start seeing this balance go down a little faster. So last month we had a starting balance of $27,522. We ended with $27,003, so our debt went down by $519. And year to date, that was 1.5%. So starting the year off, we had $34,550. And so year to date, we have paid off $7,547 worth of debt. So that's awesome. And that is about 21.8%. So not too shabby, but we would like to see this go down a bit faster. So we are going to start paying more towards our debt. So moving over to our assets and liabilities, I just count what cash we have on hand. So I do not include any of our 401ks or the truck as an asset. This is just me wanting to see how much cash we have versus how much we owe. And so we ended the month with $15,343 between all of our checking, savings accounts, and the cash we have in our cash binders. So really good on that note. And then our truck is our only debt, so that has a balance of $27,003. So technically we have a negative net worth of $11,660, but comparing it to last month, we had a negative net worth of $14,476. So our net worth actually, I want to say, increased because we decreased the amount we are in the negative. So we had a change of $2,800, which was a 19% change. So that is awesome. So hopefully as we are saving more and paying down debt, this will get even better. And before we know it, we should be at least under 10,000. So that would be awesome. That will be something we are looking forward to. So for our monthly budget breakdown, I really only track three main categories, which are our groceries, our dining out, and household. So for the total month, we had an inflow of $10,686. This did include rollover money from last month, as well as some birthday money I received. And then we also did use $743 out of our cash envelopes. So this was not all earned income. It was income from previous months, as well as some gift money. So for groceries, I budgeted $520 and we spent roughly $593. So not too bad. We were over $73. For dining out, I had budgeted $320. We spent $961, which is over by $641. We had some family events this month, and so that kind of played a part into our dining out this month. I still would like to see that category decrease, and so I will still be working on getting that to go down. So For our household, I budgeted $400. We spent $529, so we were over budget by $129. That's not too bad because we did have our pest control come out a month early, and so we did have this money saved and were able to apply it to this overage, so we still did pretty good. So for our total eating out, or our total eating budget was 15% of our monthly inflow, and if you include our household, these three categories, tongue-tied today. These three categories made up about 20% of our budget. So I did notice last month that our food budget was only 12%, so it was a slight increase this month, but hopefully we will be able to get that back down in August. So for our savings versus debt breakdown, for our debt, we are looking at our total monthly inflow of $10,687. We only made our minimum payment of $600, and that was 5.6% of our budget. So 100% went towards the truck because that is our only debt. So it would be nice to get this to at least 10 or 15%. So we will continue working on paying off our debt, and we would like to increase it so that it could be paid off sooner rather than later. So that is something we are looking into and hopefully will be doing in the next couple of months. So for our savings, we are only looking at the earned income for the month of July. So we only earned $8,813. We were able to save $3,200 in the month of July. So we saved 36% of our income, which is amazing. So if we look at the breakdown for our total savings challenge, we saved $710, which was 22% of our $3,200 that we saved. We put in $165 towards our high yield savings account. That also goes towards the house. We usually only save $100, but I did put an additional $65 to get it over the 6,000 mark, I believe. So that was 5%. And then our son's high yield savings account usually only gets $100. I did add an additional $25 to get it over his, he's at $1,100 currently. So that was 4% of our savings. And then for our sinking funds, we put in $2,200, which was 69% of our overall savings. So I did notate for the month of July, we saved $1,055 towards the house down payment. So 33% of our total savings did go towards the house. So that included this 10K savings challenge, this house down payment account, and then we are putting additional money into a few savings challenges. And so all of that added together was the $1,055. And I did have a goal to try to save at least $1,000 that's going towards the house. So that is good. So although we did put $2,200 into sinking funds, this does include some of those savings challenges that are going towards the house. So pretty good for the month of July. I am very happy with this $3,200, and I would like to see us save $3,000 a month if we can. So that is going to come down to us reeling in our dining out and not spending so much money on our grocery budget. So for our monthly spending comparison, our monthly inflow change was an increase in $676. This is going to include some of my husband's last paycheck, which we split between July and August, and so that is probably why we have a slight increase. So for our spending, a lot of it went down, which is good. We did have a few categories that went up. So our car category, we spent $787 this month, so it was an increase of $372. My husband had his registration due today, and then he did get an oil change and a state inspection, so that's kind of why our car expenses were higher. Our dining out increased, entertainment increased, so we spent $639 on entertainment, which was an increase of $564. I did deplete most of our family fun envelope, so that did make up for some of this overage. Our giving did increase by $170, which that is okay as long as we can bless others. You know, I see that as a positive. So groceries went up by $134, so we almost hit $600 in groceries, but that's okay. Our home expenses went down by $194, so we'll take that. Medical went up by $278, so I have a prescription I probably am going to get filled every other month, and so we had basically an increase in medical. But all of our personal spending went down, so I only spent $63, we spent $70 on our son, and my husband actually spent no money, so that is amazing. So his total spending went down by $324. And then our savings went up by $691. So last month we saved about $2,500, and this month we saved $3,200. So that's great. And then our utilities went up by $37. So in June, I believe we received a credit because they had taken out the last payment towards my phone, even though I had already done the payoff, and so they basically gave me a credit for last month, but now we are back to what's going to be our regular bill, so it has an increase of $37. So going forward, it should net to about zero. So that is it for our July budget recap. So let me know how y'all did for the month of July, and let's keep budgeting going towards the last quarter of this year. So we are almost done. Thank y'all for watching my video. As always, I appreciate all the likes, comments, and views, and I will talk to y'all in the next one. Bye.